Hello everyone, this is Beverly with the Beverly Gale channel, and today I want to talk a little bit about pain management. For those of you that are having some problems with aches and pains that aren't super severe, I've got some over-the-counter products that I have found over the years that have worked very well for me. And I've had fibromyalgia, and I've been able to actually keep it at bay with some of these products. So I hope that by sharing my information with you, that maybe some of you will actually go out, find some of these products, and feel better. Different kinds of things you can do for pain once you begin to experience it. Obviously, first thing we do is we run to our doctor and hope for a miracle pill. But as you all know, those miracle pills come with a myriad of side effects. And I think the people that take those are probably the most, they're in so much pain, they're willing to chance it. And for those that can take a doctor's prescribed heavy-duty painkiller and not suffer from side effects, more power to you. But for the rest of us who are either afraid of it or it counteracts with some of the other medicines we're taking, we may be looking for something else to help alleviate some of the pain that we get up with. Now, aches and pains normally kind of go away when you get out of bed. But if they don't, stick around and I'll tell you about some of the over-the-counter products that I have found over the years that are remarkably helpful. Let's talk about nutritional products for one moment. Today with the internet, you can learn so much. If you go on the internet and you Google anti-inflammatory vitamins, a whole mess of stuff will pop up. And I have used a mess of these things over the years, and I can share with you some that have helped me. Some of the things that I have taken for my pain relief: glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin. They usually come together. And I take that as directed. Another product that I have found is tart cherry. And I like tart cherry. I have just recently started working with tart cherry because it's a natural product. It's a concentrated cherry. And if you're not allergic to cherries, you can take a whole slew of it. And you would have to eat a bucket of cherries to get the benefits of one 1,000 milligram cherry capsule. So I have found that 2,000 milligrams for me of tart cherry capsules, just 2 capsules, is enough to help with any pain that I might have. Another product that I have is a topical, and it's called Penetran Plus. Now, Penetran, I have learned about Penetran Plus many years ago when I was suffering from fibromyalgia. I had frozen shoulders and a frozen neck, and I had a lot of pain. And I was taking all kinds of roll-ons, from things that went hot to things that went cold and to things that stunk. With eucalyptus oil, mentholatum, whatever. And they were sort of okay because that's all I had. But when I discovered Penetran Plus, and I read about it through a doctor's newsletter, I contacted the manufacturer and I bought it. And what I found was that this was a lemon-scented balm that was not greasy. It was slightly tacky while it was drying. It absorbed through the skin, and it didn't make a mess on your clothes, either with oil or stains. But more importantly, it worked. I was able to use this product and was blown away by how effective it was compared to everything else I had used. In fact, when I was going through some physical therapy with my husband, I had gotten some, at that time they were giving out samples along with when you bought the product. And I had given some samples to one of the girls in the physical therapist's office who was having some issues. And she came back to me later and she said, "You know, this stuff works better than that freeze-it stuff we have." And I said, "No, I'm not surprised." But nobody hears about it. because it's not advertised. So I find this product on the web. You can find it at Amazon. You can go directly to the manufacturer. And I might even start selling it on my eBay site someday because I am so fond of it. And I have been spreading the word about this with no compensation all these years. But it is a product that of all the people that have tried it, only one person I ever had a reaction to it, and it was a slight burning and redness on her skin. But outside of that, everyone, and I must have given this product to 30, 40, 50 people. All of them had wonderful results with it. So I want to recommend it to you because it has worked so well for me, and unless you hear about it from someone, they don't advertise, and you might not ever find out. Recently, my daughter-in-law, who suffers from very severe arthritis and does not take one of the miracle drugs, she's on her feet working in a store 8 hours a day, at least 4 to 5 days a week. And so she needed help with her arthritis. She found something because she also went online and did some research, and she found a product called Flexcin. And Flexcin is another one of these products that works in the body to alleviate pain, and they do not advertise. The other good thing about Flexcin is that they not only have a pill that you can take, but they have a cream as well, a topical lotion. And she took Penetran Plus for 4 years, and it worked really well. And she put it on the bottoms of her feet, which were the place that hurt her the most because she was standing all day. Over the years, what had happened was that she grew a little immune to it, and she needed something stronger. Well, when she found the pills Flexcin, she started taking those, and she was very impressed with them, and she told me about those. And then later I found out that Flexcin made a topical. And she said, oh yeah, she said, I took the Flexcin and I mixed it with the Penetran, and it works pretty well. So I thought, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Flexcin. Have I personally tried it? No, but I tried its bigger cousin. Flexcin also makes a more powerful product called Flexicus. Now, Flexicus is made with a slightly different formulation, and she was using it regularly and finding it even better than Flexcin. However, they changed the formula. And this is something, folks, you always have to look because I'm finding more and more formulas changing. But they changed the formula and they added a filler that was rice, and she's allergic to rice. So she couldn't take it anymore, so she had a bottle of it, and she said, Beverly, would you like to take it? And I said, sure. I said, in fact, I am having a small problem now that just recently happened. I am allergic to the nightshade family, and I went out to a Chinese restaurant, and a dish that I was told by one Chinese restaurant did not contain green peppers. This dish was heavenly. But I found out later it had green, red, and yellow peppers in it because I bit into them and I went, what is this? And I spit it into my hand, and I was in horror because I had already eaten about 2 big helpings of this stuff. Well, it was so good, and now I know why, because they had peppers in there. But 2 days later, my right thumb swelled up and was killing me. I mean, just tremendous pain, which is what I get when I eat Nightshade family products. And I wanted to live in the Penetran. I dipped my thumb in that Penetran, and I put a lot of Penetran on. But it was my right hand, and I used my right hand, and so I'm always washing the Penetran off, and it hurt all the way up to the tip of my thumb. So I said, yeah, I'll try it. This is good timing. And so I tried her Flexicus. I took 1 pill that evening, and by the next morning, my thumb was remarkably lower. It had swollen up, and I was in less pain. By the end of and I took another pill at dinner, and I didn't read the instructions. The instructions said to take 3. She didn't tell me to take 3. I just took 2. But by the second day, my thumb was back to normal size, and the pain was minimal. I wanted to share that with you because Flexicus, again, is not an advertised product. But you can find it on Amazon because I looked it up for another friend of mine who wants to try it. And I said, I think you can find it on Amazon, and I looked it up and it was there. So these are all products that work, that don't advertise, but I have to give you the caveat. Look, if you're taking no medication, these might do great for you. But the minute you start putting medication, modern medicine into your system, these types of natural products might not work, or they could work against the medicines you're taking. So you do have to be very careful. And the best way to see if they might affect you if you're taking other medications is to talk to a pharmacist. Because your pharmacist is able to, in a big book that they have, I can't even pronounce the name of it, they have a book that can look up most things along with most medications and see if there's any problems. I think they call it contradiction problems, where they might affect each other. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, a natural product like grapefruit became something that people who took statin drugs and certain heart drugs, they couldn't take grapefruit because grapefruit did something to the medication that made it stronger, which could be very dangerous for your body. So that is why you have to be careful when you start to take any kind of over-the-counter products. Just because it's not a prescription drug doesn't mean it couldn't harm you. You could be allergic to it. The medicine you're taking could cause a reaction with it. And you need to have somebody to talk to that might be able to figure that out. Unfortunately, don't depend on your doctor, because for the most part the doctors are aware of side effects of drugs. Very seldom do they know if a natural product will interfere. And so for their protection and so they don't get sued, they won't tell you to take them. They'll say, probably you shouldn't take them. Well, that's good for them, but if you're hurting, it's not good for you. So use common sense when you take a look at these products. Try them with, if you can go to your pharmacist and ask, this won't affect my other medicine, will it? And, check them out. We owe it to ourselves to try to do the best we can for our pain. It's hard enough dealing with our blindness. To have to deal with our blindness and feel lousy, that's terrible. So I hope this video helps you to at least begin to investigate some natural anti-inflammatory vitamins and products that I mentioned here, because they work. They work on me, but the other caveat is not everything works on everyone. So you might have to experiment a little and try a couple of different things and see if they work together. I do know what works for me, and I wanted to share it with you. So until next time, talk to you then. Bye for now.